Liren, could you tell us about the horrible, stressful last session?
Sure, it was day 11 of our trek into the Rasahari Desert as we left the oasis of flowers to go hang out with the dragon bones. Um, Rev got sucked up by the sand that we later came to a conclusion that it is a moving labyrinth underground. Uh, and we had to fight 3 white lions without him. But we survived that and then come to the conclusion that as long as we don't upset the spirits, that Rev would be returned to us? Question mark. Although Leo may or may not have upset the spirits by throwing a shatter spell in the ground, we'll see. But in the night, a big red snake, or a big snake with red eyes, is looming over the dome. Leo is translating what it says, but it seems to have eyes focused directly on our Eidolon folks, aka Carto and Volley. Um, we had no choice but to drop the dome and confront it. And as we did, Karito was enveloped by the shadows, I believe, that Navali was able to shake off.
Is there anything people would like to add? That seems like a no. So as the smoke starts to envelop and you can see Karuto's eyes start to shift to a vibrant green, it pushes him slightly further away from the group. Before anyone can truly react, let us take a step back. Karuto,
Hello.
for a moment, your mind is not your own. You can hear voices that aren't yours. You can hear thoughts, feelings. You can't quite identify them. Everything seems just off. Like you're looking through a glass plane filled with water and you're trying to figure out exactly what's on the other side. And before your mind can truly comprehend anything, it turns off. All you see is darkness. Karuto, your mind is no longer your own. All you truly understand at the moment is you are now given a host body. There are things you need to do, things you must do, but you know the host's companions will stop you at any cost. And you know the easiest way is to incapacitate them. So anyway, roll initiative.
Oh boy. And I'm trying to remember. I'm 90% sure that I started my blade song already.
I'll allow it.
I don't know if anybody else had things that we did to prepare.
Doubt it. Oh no.
My initiative thing isn't working. Here it is. And also, if for any reason it becomes relevant, I actually can translate still for the next like 40 minutes.
Is comprehend language concentration?
It is not.
Good enough.
Surprisingly.
I'm not actually too surprised by that.
Navali. They're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Navali, what is your maximum hit points? Mine got changed. I think it's 76.
My maximum?
Yes.
76, yes.
Okay, I remember we had the same.
Yes.
I'm not sure of when that got changed, but yes.
It got lowered to 36, and I was like, that's weird.
You know, that's happened to a few people. Weird. Oh, joy! Is everybody ready?
Haha, we're in danger.
Just to give a comprehensive concept, as you might notice smoke and bones across this battlefield. This is the size of the snake, the battlefield. Every now and then, the earth seems to shift and shake, and you see the smoke and bones move and could cause problems in the future. Understand that has not happened yet, but understand that will be happening. Karato, what would you like to do?
So Naruto, standing obviously now several dozen feet away, doesn't look like he recognizes anyone. In fact, he almost looks disgusted looking at the party, an expression which he hasn't ever really worn before. And lifting his hand, he points at them and simply says, "Impure."
Everybody roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Like he's a reaction.
Go ahead.
Provided that this saves a shield guardian.
Who are you targeting? You are next to Navali and Leo.
Navali.
Okay. Celestra, you are the only one who takes the full damage. Everyone
Hooray.
else take half, exception Navali. Primelia jumps in front of you, puts your shield in front of this white flame that suddenly siphons around you, and you watch her do what you've done to everyone else and take it for you.
Thank you, Perm.
So 13 damage, just to clarify, for everyone, 27 for Celestra. Navali takes 0.
Oh, I didn't even see the roll. There it is.
Anything else you'd like to do? Totally, Karato.
No.
Leo, Karato just used some weird thing and attacked you. What do you do?
Can I actually go next because the oven? Is that possible?
Sure.
Yeah, I will. Okay. Well, no,
Allow
I'll-
it this time, where
Okay.
we just like shift the initiative this way.
Yep, you're back.
Completely fine. I get what's happening. 6.
I'm going to ruin everything. I take the dodge action. That's the end of my turn.
Celestra.
Hmm. Well, Celestra is suddenly very hurt, and she is going to back up behind the group a little bit and hit herself with a Cure Wounds. Hopefully, this will be a good roll.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes.
That is a
That is a high level cure wound.
It is.
Heal
Hoping to
30.
not have to do that anymore.
Leo.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Can you clarify? So we are just inside the snake. The entire map is the snake. Not
The
just
entire
snake.
map is a snake underneath you, yes. Think of it as constantly shifting, yes.
I think so I'm trying to gauge. Leo doesn't really know if this. Leo's in sort of discovery mode at the moment. He's going to bonus action to get a Thunderblade out at a level 2 spell. One of his. Oh wait, he's not going to do that. No, he's going to do that. No, he's not. Okay, I've made up my mind. Not doing that. Instead, Leo's going to test the waters and see. Is Karuto injured from the White Lion encounter?
I would like you to roll me perception.
All right.
Covered in smoke and bone everywhere. It's hard to tell.
Okay, I'm not gonna spend too long on my turn. Leo looks like he has an idea. He's not sure if it's gonna work. He's not trying to hurt Karuto so much as come up here, and he is going to Thunder Wave in an attempt to sort of dissipate the smoke that is enveloping Karuto.
Karuto would obviously still be in that radius, though.
Yeah, it's just a level 1. It's not going to hurt him too bad, but
Sure.
Testing the waters to see if that does anything. So con save 17 for Karuto.
Bump.
Ugh.
Karuto, you take a whole 4 damage, and it does blow away the smoke as it seems to be trying to reform very quickly, but this was a powerful spell that completely removed it. Karuto's eyes are still green and staring at you.
Karuto, snap out of it. That's all I got, though.
Navali,
Actually, I did have 5 more feet of movement. If I can just sort of step up.
I'll allow it. Totally fine.
Navali is going to raise her sword in the air. It is going to glow, and she is going to cast Aura Vitality.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my god.
I like to imagine the Aura Vitality as soon as it activates. There's just this beautiful garden that is surrounding her of all different kinds of flowers that all don't seem like they would coexist with each other, but it's just so many different beautiful flowers and plants surrounding her. And I would like to use my bonus action to heal Permilia
Aw.
for taking that damage for me.
You appreciate it.
So it is a 2d6.
Correct. No modifiers, just 2d6.
And then I'm gonna move right here. And so I'm still 5 feet next to them. And that is Navali.
Permilia. Ideas and what we like her to do reference?
Sure. How does 6 look?
She is at about half health. She also looks like she's getting ready to go in.
Can Permilia see right now?
Not really, no.
Oh, there's an idea. Okay, if she can't see right now, I don't think I used this in the other fights. Sacred Blade as an action?
Which blade are you sacreding? Because it does matter.
It would be Angel's Bane.
Okay. Know that if you sheath it, that goes away.
Okay. But I
Uh,
can see now, right?
The sword creates a bright light around her. I believe it's 20 feet bright, 20 feet, 40 feet dim.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Even her little heart symbol. She can definitely see and can see that 6 is being 6 and is absolutely going to charge despite being injured.
Uh, and I'm sorry if I already asked this already, but how does Navali look?
Oh, Navali's fine.
Hey, given what just happened, I think Perm is going to spread out and get ready to back up 6.
Okay.
And that'll be her.
If she's assessing, now that you're closer, if she's assessing how people are, I'm just letting you know that Leo does not look great.
Okay.
The ground beneath you shifts, sand scatters about, and it's as if the entire world is spinning. I need a strength saving throw from everybody.
Well,
Wow.
Goodness.
Wow, that's a.
that is wait.
Honestly, you
21.
two are the best people to fail, too. Silastra, Navali, you both fall prone. The rest of you manage to keep your feet.
Okay.
I think this is a complete benefit to you right now.
All right,
Probably.
so.
Just a sec.
Just to be clear, in case it ever gets confusing, Karuta, you never have to roll for layer actions.
Okay, cool. That's literally what I was just telling you about. Karato's eyes pass
You
by
do have
Leorin.
to roll for the refresh, though.
I thought it was all. All right.
Sorry,
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's just D6.
Yep. You roll a 6, you get it back. Welcome to running a monster.
Cool. Karato's eyes slide past Leorin, still with any lack of recognition, and grow with intensity as they see the aura that Navali has cast. He steps to one side in a blur of, or almost a flash of light, too fast to track. And as he does so, raises his bow. He takes a disengage action and draws an arrow, firing one almost point blank at Leorin.
To be clear, that is not an arrow. That is light that is shot at you.
I see. Leo will use shield in an attempt to deflect that.
I believe that does bring your AC to 25.
Correct.
So an arcane shield bounces the light right off.
Sorry. And even before he's finished loosing the first arrow, an arm made of light pulls a second one out the air and sends it winging towards Navali, even though she's on the ground.
Disadvantage, because she's on the ground.
15 and 14, which is probably a miss, I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
Soars right
Okay.
over her.
Cool. And then without even thinking about it, he moves into the other cloud.
Leo.
Hmm. It's clear to Leo that there's some intention to be in these shadows, but I don't really know what that means. So Leo also, it's just like he barely has any spell slots at all. So now he will bonus action Thunderblade. And now he's kind of going to try to test the waters on whether or not he can slash the clouds away. Would that be an attack roll, or how do you want me to try that?
So it is sound, and it is trying to blow it away. I'm going to make an Arcana roll. I will say it is difficult because essentially you're doing strong bursts of a single way instead of it everywhere at once. It's doable, but it's difficult.
Mhm.
With an 18, I will say you managed to blow it away.
Was that one of my attacks or both of them?
I'll allow it to be one.
Shoot, I don't know. I think I was like here when I started. I'm wondering if no, I can't reach. It's like I don't want to kill Carto, but I want to get him down in case that ends up being the solution. So I'm just gonna go here and take another swipe at you, which I assume does not hit. So that will end my turn.
Correct.
6.
Hi. Does the bonus action that my main confers on me only work with melee weapons?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I figured. You are just slightly outside of range, and I hate it. Literally 5 feet out of range. Okay. I am going to proc to Baxi Dash, increasing my move speed to 15 feet. And while I am in motion, I don't know if this is possible. I want to switch to the gun, taking off my claws to do so. And then I want to attempt to use a standard action with the gun.
Yeah, I mean, that's just interaction action. There's nothing wrong with that.
In case there's something that I don't know what it does. I don't know if I can force that to happen, though.
No, you can do that. I mean,
Okay.
gun still has loading property, but you know you can only shoot once. That's fine.
I shoot Karito.
Hey, Karuto, you get point blank shot.
Yep, 6 puts her gun in her face. No reservations about harming you like Leorin has. And just fucking shoots you.
It's
I'll say for the record, Leo does have reservations, but he just is preparing for multiple ways that this fight might end.
Realizing that she can't hit you, 6 runs forward so fast that her feet skid in the sand. She pulls out her gun and fucking shoots you, Karito. That's the end of my turn.
Take 7, Karuto, as everyone hears a loud gunshot that echoes through all this smoke and sand. You can feel the land itself starting to shift as this happens. Flustra.
Standing up is an action.
No, it's
Is
just
that
half your
correct?
movement.
Oh, okay. I will stand up. And then Leo is still looking pretty hurt.
He's below half, or like a third.
Okay. Sweet. Close enough. I cannot get close enough. I will go 15 feet to be next to Navali and take the dodge action.
Speaking of Navali.
Navali is going to get up.
You do so.
Let's see. Too far away. I knew that Celestra wants to be within 10 feet of her, so she's going to stay within 10 feet. Okay, actually. Move twice, that's 10. 15,
Uh, the-
20.
Nope, you took 15 to stand up.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so right here is probably where I can go. I forgot the
Yes.
movement.
Correct.
Okay. Um. Okay. If that is the case, she is going to use aid, targeting 6 Leo perm. So all of you get an increased 5 hit points.
8 only has 30 feet range.
Oh, that's right, it does. Okay, never mind.
They are out of
Um,
range.
They are out of range. Okay, only perm and
You could do it for a perm Celestra yourself, but that's about it.
okay, I will go ahead and do that. So perm, Celestra, and Navali increase your HP by 5. And then I'm going to bonus action heal Permilia again.
She's within range, yeah.
Roll 2d6.
Swear to God, if she is the one who ends up taking down Karuto down, I'm gonna laugh.
And that is Navali.
Permelia, your girlfriend keeps healing you. I assume that's a dash action. You might be muted if you're not saying
I was
things.
muted. I'm sorry. Yes, that was the dash action. And that is my turn, I believe.
Smoke begins to bellow from the ground itself and begins to reapparate and force itself elsewhere. In an unfortunate way, it goes directly here again. I need Permilia 6 and Leo to roll a Constitution saving throw. Also reappears here.
Just to make, I assume the answer is no. This is not any kind of concentration based con save.
Not yet.
Okay. It should only be 21.
As it breathes into your lungs, you can feel as if it's trying to drain some of your strength, but you all manage to resist the effects completely. But it also becomes much more difficult to see as Karuto. Guess what? It's his turn.
Question. Does this smoke disadvantage Karuto at all?
Nope.
Hmm.
One of the things that you don't even think about, but you can see through it as if it's not even there.
Excellent. I'm gonna 1 second. Right, cool. Karuto drops his bow and draws his blade in one smooth action.
Again, you
The
don't draw a
weapon-
blade. Light appears
Yeah.
into a blade in front of you.
And it flashes as it goes for Leorin.
Oh boy. That is a miss.
And then Pamilia.
That's a hit.
Takes 10 radiant damage. Using that as a distraction, He then jumps back and then moves to another cloud.
Did you disengage?
Yes.
Okay.
All you can feel the pain of rogues.
Oh, also I forgot to roll it.
Start your turn every time.
Yeah.
Leo.
Nothing bad happens just by starting my turn in the smoke.
It's a little bit hard to see, but no.
Leo sort of shouts out. He's going to step out of the smoke before he does it. Shouts out. I don't think we can dissipate the smoke fast enough. Is there, Navali, can you still talk to it?
I can try.
And then he's just going to, as long as we're still fighting, come up here and give a couple swipes.
Hit.
Let's roll a second attack.
But also make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
What you're doing, it's half damage still, so you still roll the damage.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. Let me
Take
roll.
them, idiot.
Let me roll concentration before I see if my second Thunderblade would have even been possible. Okay, that's fine. So I'll hit
Did
you.
resist, so it's 9.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
So I will hit you twice. And then do I have to make a second dexterity save? Or just the one?
Just the one.
Okay. So Leo maintains concentration on his thing, but he is still quite hurt. And then bonus action, he's just gonna bash you with his gladius. For a big 2.
Okay, so that's 17 in total.
Yes, correct.
Is Lyrin rebuked a second time?
No.
Aha!
You see a flash of light the first time it hits, and it seems to burn Leo, and no other hits do that.
And that will end Leo's turn.
6.
All right. Seeing the situation, 6 is going to look over to Permelia and call, I go low, you go high.
She'll nod.
All right, 6 is going to move 30 feet into combat on the other side of Karito and hold an action to attack when Permelia attacks. It's the reverse synchronized strike. Skirt.
Now I understood.
I'm all done.
It's Lostra.
Lastra is going to get closer.
I am going to
and-
correct myself, because there is something I did miss. That 16 did not hit. The smoke actually increases your AC, Karito.
Oh.
So you'd get 7 hit points back if it's based on the dice I rolled.
I'll go. Sorry.
And Slastra will give Leo a healing word.
Oh boy. TEY.
Since that's a bonus action, can I also dodge?
You can.
I will do that.
Navali.
Navali is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then she is going to. Can Navali see the dragon still?
If you're talking about the giant snake, the battlefield
Yes.
is the giant snake.
Oh,
It's underneath you. It's shifting around constantly, and its head is still leering above you. I just did not give a model for it.
gotcha. Navali is going to look to the head of the creature and say, "Please let our friend go."
It does not respond.
Okay. Then I am going to bonus action. I'm going to heal Leo. 2d6.
Hooray, thanks.
And yep, and then I'm going to take the dodge action. And that's me. I just noticed Karito's picture has the green eyes. I love that.
Spent effort. Vermilia.
Okay. 6 told her what to do, so let's do it. Does the smoke make this a normal roll?
No, you still roll normally regard. Oh, no, it's advantage. I'm sorry. It actually just increases its AC. Like it has cover.
Gotcha. Permelia, you're a god.
No, that misses. Oh, sorry. 6 is misses. Vermilia obviously hits. It's a crit.
Amazing.
Karito takes 22.
Oof.
Second attack, follow up with a second slice.
That one is just a normal roll.
Hits.
20 is still a hit.
And shield bonk. And that's athletics?
Athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics, his decision.
Oops.
It's gonna be acrobatics. Oh,
Really unexpectedly low.
That's Karito luck for you.
Karito, you get
It's-
cut in the
He's still
back
in there.
twice and just slammed into the ground.
It's character luck versus familiar luck, and we all know how that goes.
You have no chance to survive.
That being said, all of you start to realize he has taken more damage than Karito ever has, and he still seems fighting. I assume that's it?
Yep.
That's just going to do this one. I require 6 Permelia and Leo to immediately roll me a dex saving throw. You notice the bones underneath you shift suddenly, and as if almost like they're far more agile than they're supposed to be, turn like hands and try to cut into you. 6 and Leo manage to get out of the way, but Permelia take 7 whole damage as it cuts into her leg. Additionally, Karito, your body, enveloped in smoke, suddenly seems to be eaten by it for a split second. You're now over here. It's as if the bones grabbed you and threw you into a different location.
Nice.
Karito.
Character rises to his feet without a sound and draws his bow again. Two arrows come winging out the smoke, made of pure light, aiming at Nivali and Celastra.
Celastra is dodging, so you're aware.
So is Nabali.
Oh, but what? This is cheating. How dare you cheat against the boss?
I'm mentioning that you do not have to target them if you don't want to. They are dodging.
I didn't see the boot on Navali. But also, I feel it's thematic, because, A, they're closest, and B, they're healing.
Sure. Totally makes sense
Mhm.
to shoot them. I just wanted to let you know. If you want to rewind that because you didn't realize, it's fine.
Nope, I'm going to stick to my guns.
Sure. Advantage both of them.
Navali. Ooh.
As a miss.
And Slaster. Also miss.
Yay.
Oh, I forgot to do the thing again. I'm terrible at running bosses.
You're not used to what I am. It's fine.
Yep.
Roll a d6.
And then darts between smoke clouds.
Hello, Leo.
Oh boy. Leo's trying to figure. How high is the head above us? The eyes.
Give me 1 second. About 30 to 40 feet looming over you.
I'm trying to remember the range of this thing.
You do notice that
yes.
if you're thinking about attacking it, its body is just underneath you.
Fair. Yes. That's clear. So we're just like sort of standing on like coils of shadow.
But you're standing on sand, but you can feel it constantly shifting as obviously it is just directly underneath the sand.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll give it a try. First attack is going to be booming blade into the dirt.
Sure.
Big 15.
Roll damage.
Plus 1d8.
You feel it stab into the sand, and you definitely, when you withdraw, see a small amount of this inky, almost purplish colored blood on your blade.
Leo will continue the attack. He's going to swing with his Thunderblade into the... I don't really know how this would affect with dirt, but he's just giving it a try. Okay, it fails. And then offhand attack with the arm guard.
26 hits.
And Leo will just sort of like make a show of his sort of to the party immediately surrounding him that as he pulls the sort of Qatar of the arm guard out of the dirt, he'll sort of like show it to everybody so that they see that there's the ability to damage something under us.
What are you doing?
Trying to get Karto out. And then Leo is going to just come up here-ish. And that's my turn.
Okay, 6.
Okay, I'm going to take 30 feet toward Karito. We'll spread out a little bit as well. I'm going to pull out my hand crossbow instead of my gun. And I'm just going to fire a shot at Karito. This is disadvantage due to range. Big ol' miss. That'll end my turn.
Slastra.
He will move toward Karito, and is he looking injured at all? Like, is he slowing down or anything?
I mean, he's definitely showing wear and tear. He's clearly bleeding. You just know he's taken more punishment than Karuto ever has.
Okay. I will give him a sacred flame.
Dang.
Naruto.
Save Dex. Yeah.
This is your time to shine. We believe in you.
Oh, ignore the disadvantage.
It's a 14. You got it.
Celestra, you're a god.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is radiant damage, though.
It doesn't seem to hurt him as much as you think it would.
Odd.
In fact, his eyes glow a little when you hit him.
Very odd. That will be all.
Navali.
I'm gonna move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to bonus action heal 6. Heck yeah.
You're great. 6 looks pretty healthy now.
And then I'm gonna take the dodge action again.
Celestra, you should feel proud of Navali for also understanding how healing works.
I do.
Vermilia.
Okay. I think for right now, Perm's gonna kind of skirt on the sides and also take the dodge action.
Okay. This lair action, please roll me your booming blade damage.
I was going to ask.
You feel the ground shake underneath you, and you notice the red eyes for a moment stare down, and then a mouth seemed to open. It seems impossibly wide, as if it could engulf the entire area in a split second. And a stream of red smoke shoots down at impossibly fast speeds. I require Celestra and Leo to give me a con saving throw.
Okay. Oh my god. 3 in a row.
Ugh.
Boy.
Celestra dodging doesn't help at all.
Now it's a con save.
Gotcha.
Hopefully you take 54 necrotic damage.
Celestia is down.
Absorb elements does not work with necrotic, so Leo is also down. And even if it did, he would still be down.
As the smoke dissipates, you feel as if your strength is sapped and your body is unable to move, and you find yourself passing out on the ground. There is one benefit that I'll let you know. This is, you are not considered bleeding out.
Okay.
Karuto.
Guess I'm going to do it right.
I'm proud
Okay.
of you, even if it failed.
Thank you. Karuto just takes a step back into the smoke and resights on 2 targets as Celestra's down, isn't she?
Correct.
Yeah.
And sights on 6 and Navali. 2 arrows made of pure light winging from the shadows.
Navali is dodging.
Correct.
So that would be for 6, which misses. And that was Navali.
Don't worry, everybody. It's still Karuto.
Yep, it's still Karuto beneath it all.
Leo, you're simply unconscious. Do not worry.
Oh,
6.
I'm not worried at all.
6 is freaking the fuck out. She shouts, "Fuck you, Leorin." I'm taking the dash action, and I'm getting into melee with Karate. I'm also going to swap my claws out. I don't have an action that I can use, but I'm just going to get in his face and hope.
Sure.
That'll end my turn.
Celestra, again, don't worry. You have nothing to roll here. Navali.
So they've been hit with necrotic damage.
Purple smoke, purplish red smoke went over them. You'd see them breathe it in, and the both of them just pass out immediately in front of you.
And we've seen necrotic damage before and know that if you're hit with necrotic damage, you can't be healed.
Incorrect. You can normally. It was a very special enemy that did that. That was a concentration on it.
All right. Seeing that her 2 friends are down, Navali is going to, let's see. Oh, I can actually get up next to Karto. That, and she is going to do aid level 2 on Celestra and Leo.
Both of you gain 5 HP and get back up. Oh, no, Celestra already had aid.
Oh, okay.
Cannot refresh.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Then I never gave it to 6.
Correct.
So I think I can give it to 6 and Leo.
Yes. Celestra will stay down, but Leo will get back up.
Then I will bonus action heal heal Celestra.
Yeah, you can do that.
Still get that sweet 5 HP.
Woo! I'm alive.
Leo, Celestra, you're on the ground, coughing a little bit. Both of you are conscious again.
And that is Navali.
Permelia.
Yeah, I think she's gonna run up on in here. And swing.
Permelia, stop being good at this. 17 actually still hits.
Permelia Engie.
I shove.
My fucking god.
That 20 Carto? No.
Nope.
The smoke around you becomes thicker and becomes harder to breathe in. You feel as if it's starting to linger and cause lasting effects. I will need a Constitution saving throw from Permelia, Navali, and 6.
A 10.
17 with Navali's aura.
Navali, take 5 necrotic damage.
Do I also have to roll?
Yes, you do,
For con-
because you took
Okay.
damage.
All right.
Thank God for Warcaster.
Yep.
Whew.
And as it becomes thicker and thicker, Karato, you feel whisked away again. That's actually teleports you all the way back up here. Karato.
Also, I've completely forgot their action because I'm terrible. So Karito disappears from beneath you. Have a smoke cloud nearby glows brightly from inside for a moment. And 2 more arrows come winging out. Once more aimed at 6 and Navali.
I'm not dodging this time.
You're not dodging. Oh.
Gasp.
Okay. That one's a 6.
That's a hit.
Yep. Taking 7 radiant damage.
She's fine.
And Nivali
That is a hit.
taking 9 radiant damage.
Reaction. Intercept.
Oh.
Go ahead and click intercept.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It takes 5.
Nice.
We're gonna take the first one you rolled, unfortunately,
That's
so it's
fine.
only 5.
Yes.
So here's the fun thing. As the arrows pierce into 6, and as the other one hits Navali, slightly slowed down by a blade, you can feel a kind of chain reaction occur. 6, take 5 damage. Navali takes 7 additional.
And I have to roll again for concentration.
Yes, you only have to roll once for. Think of it as combined.
Okay.
Thank God for Warcaster.
Yep.
Anything else, Karate?
Nope.
Leo, you're conscious.
Leo stands up and reactivates Blade Song as a bonus action because he lost it. Leo was probably unconscious and didn't hear 6 yell at him, but despite that, he did see Leo. I think he did see 6 run past him. Is that correct?
No, you were unconscious at the time.
Okay. Okay. Well, he was. So I'm willing to spend my turn doing this, but especially because Leo is really winded. He's trying to gauge if being down satisfied Karito in a way that, like, if Leo is non-threatening, if
Roll
that's,
insight.
yeah. He's looking for any solution that doesn't involve killing Karito.
It's really hard to tell. At the very least, you can tell he just fired multiple arrows again. Where's not you, but
Right. Leo like stumbles to his feet and just sort of says, I don't, there's nothing I can do. But we'll continue stepping forward because that's all we'll say here. In case he needs to be closer.
6.
All right. Admittedly testy, grabbing her hand crossbow and running toward Karito, she shouts to Leo, "He teleports in the smoke, dumbass! Spread out!" And I'm gonna see if I can get close enough to fire at Karito. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's at disadvantage.
Because of range, yeah.
Ah?
That's a hit.
7 points of piercing damage.
You can tell that Karito's breathing very heavily.
I'll end my turn here, laser focused on Karito.
Slostra, you're conscious.
I'm okay for now. I will stand up and just get with the group here, and I think I'm just gonna give myself another big old cure wounds. Good roll, please. All right.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
The second 30 healing.
Almost.
Volley.
Um, hmm. Let's see. I'm actually going to go near this smoke cloud. And I'm going to roll, or I'm going to do my bonus action and gonna target Leo.
Heals 10.
And take the dodge action.
Boo, making it hard for Karuto to kill you. Familia. Does she only know war?
No, I only know war. Perm doesn't. So I think we're gonna move over here, keeping spread out. Dodge action for now.
Everyone roll me a dex saving throw.
Oh boy.
Slostra?
Oh, sorry. Not a 0. Wow.
Woo! Navali, Permilia, and Slostra, the ground shakes roughly and knocks you to the ground. Everyone
Do
else,
I have
you're fine.
advantage because I'm dodging on this one?
Actually, yes, because
It's also
dodge.
dodging.
Yep, correct. Doesn't matter. You're still on the ground.
Fair enough.
You're very light on your feet. Too light, in fact.
Karuto. So close.
So close. Being the only two remaining, Karuto has 2 clear targets. Leorin and 6 in that order.
Well, Leah, you got your answer. He's still going to shoot you.
Yep. That's gonna hit.
For 12 damage.
Also,
I
hit.
am barely standing.
For 9 damage. And once again, the searing pain hits both of you after the second arrow impact, and Leorin takes an additional 9 damage, and Fiona 6 additional 12.
Oh, so it's not the ricochet is more than 5 feet.
Correct.
Okay, Leo's down. Oops.
Leo, death saving throw.
Ooh.
I liked the
Spicy.
count though. The count was nice, you know. Very good.
1 success. 6.
Let me double check the range. Okay, I'm going to move 10 feet forward, trying to get as many smoke clouds in range as possible, and then I'm going to shoot at Karuto. This time normal.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Huh?
I was figuring out why you're doing that. Completely makes sense. Go ahead.
Yep, getting all the smoke clouds in my range.
As a hit.
For 6 damage. In an absence of other options, she's going to hold her position and steel herself.
Slostra.
Celestra will stand up and Leo is currently down.
Yep. An
Okay.
arrow of light pierced into him and caused him to fall to the ground.
All right, cure wounds it is.
Thankfully, somebody has spell slots. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Not very
Boy,
many
you're all
left,
running
but
out.
they're there.
Navali. Actually, any movement first?
No, I'll stay there.
Do you actually stand up?
Yes.
Navali.
I'm gonna stand up. Gonna bonus action. Heal Leo, sorry. For a big 4. And this is gonna sound weird, but can I use my action to get perm up?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh, you mean like pull her to her feet?
yes.
Yeah, I'll completely allow that.
All right. No, I was gonna go over because. Oh wait, no, I'm at 35. I was 35 speed. So can I go 20 to her or 15 to her?
You can go 15 to
No.
her. You have the movement to get to her.
Okay. All right. And then Navali is going to use her action to get perm up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll absolutely allow that. Like, you essentially grappled her and pulled her to her feet. That's totally fine.
Yep. And I feel like perm would,
Hold on. I'm not controlling Premilia. Reverence. Does she accept being pulled to her feet?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is Navali.
Premilia.
Now I think it's time for war.
It's going to be very upsetting.
Here we go.
Can't keep getting this.
Miss. Hit.
Karuto, you're still up.
Stuff. Oh.
Not necessarily. Maybe he rolled now. Player action. You all notice smokes kind of creep around Leo and then dissipate almost immediately as if nothing seemed to happen. Karuto. Welcome to the pain of recharge abilities.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have to use a disengage because otherwise it's a bit dicey. So he steps back and then moves over here, citing Perm as one of the biggest threats, and loosing 2 arrows made of light.
Assume that first one was at Perm.
Both of them are.
Oh!
For some hits.
For 8 radiant damage.
Leo.
Leo stands up, and while he's doing so, sort of says, recognizing that 6 is next to him, says, "You'd rather I kill my friend than kill that," pointing at the sky.
She doesn't give you a response. She's tracking Karuto's movements with her crossbow.
Leo doesn't. He's like, he doesn't pause, and he says, "Something happens to him, it's on you."
Fuck you.
And he's going to firebolt Karuto.
That is a hit.
Mm-hmm. For 14 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I think as there doesn't seem to be he sort of does it placidly, but the attempt is to knock perhaps the light out of his hand, like aiming for wherever the source of his power might be coming from. which will ultimately, I suppose, knock him off his feet, but I'll let you decide if that does anything.
The fireball slams into the light constantly forming in his hand, slams into his hand and starts to burn it. As he tries to push away from it, it burns into his hands, and then you can see fires lick into him, and his body just starts to give out. He's still breathing, but he falls to the ground, currently still dealing with the fact that the injuries that stand on his body are not causing it to do well. I will ask, before we end initiative, to see what everyone else does. I assume that's the end of your turn, Leo?
Yeah, he'll sort of take a few steps forward. He was prone, so
6?
I'm going to sheath my weapons, take the dash action, and run over to Karito's body to make sure that he's actually alive.
I roll medicine.
I can't non-lethal with firebolts. I'll say that.
Breathing, but not in a good spot.
All right, she calls that out then, like, Navali Salastra, he needs help. And that'll end my turn.
Celestra.
Hearing that, Celestra will cast Healing Word on Karito.
Karito, heal 7. His eyes open and are still green. Anything else?
She will also approach.
Navali.
I'm guessing I'm too far away to get a read on Karito.
He is on the ground. He's currently moving and breathing again, and you did hear 6's call out. But besides that, yeah.
Okay. I am going to run up next to Celestra. And can I see the green eyes now?
Yes.
Okay. Can I attempt to do an insight?
Sure. I'll ask you, Karito, what do you think you'd plan to do if you got a turn?
Probably stab 6.
That makes sense.
If Navali notices that, then can I, even though I did do 35 speed movement, can I use my action to dash?
Yeah.
Navali is going to dash immediately next to 6 and be like, he's gonna hurt you. Or hit you.
Vermilia.
And do I still have a bonus action left?
Yeah, you do.
She's going to roll a bonus action on herself for the D2. Give herself 5 points of healing back, and that is her.
D6, yep.
D6.
Go ahead, Vermilia. Heard all these shoutouts.
Okay. Cornelia's gonna obviously close the distance here. So, for clarity, Navali, you just said that he's gonna hurt 6. Is that right?
Yes. Navali looks like she dashed towards 6, like to essentially take a hit.
I think she's gonna knock him back out. I think.
Sure. Have advantage. He's on the ground.
I think.
That is a hit.
Unconscious again.
Angel's Bane slams into him, and for a split second, you wonder if anything at all happened. And then you can see a piercing light seem to cast directly through Karito's body, and a very familiar spherical green emerald slams onto the ground next to him and rolls off to the side.
Oh my god.
Anything else?
I think that's It.
Smoke continues to form, and then there's a pause. You all hear the very same things you've been hearing before. The sound of steam, the sound of crackling fires. But Leo, you just hear a single word.
I don't know if so I went unconscious, but
Not
it's not
con-
concentration.
It's
So
not
I don't.
concentration, it's still
Okay.
up.
Okay.
Interesting. We're going to take a very short break here. With Karato's unconscious body in front of you, I'm going to ask, does anyone try to heal him again?
You said he's still breathing, right?
Yeah, he's fine. He seems
Um,
stable. Like, he'll be able to sleep this off.
Okay. Could I roll medicine just to get a better idea?
Sure.
Probably like open his eyelids or something.
Nice.
You do some very basic tests. You open his eyelids, you look about, and you kind of make sure that breathing is stable and all of that. And first thing you notice is the green in his eyes are in fact gone. And he seems completely fine. The injuries are still very vast, but whatever Pamelia's sword does, definitely make sure that it does not cause lasting damage.
Okay. I will tell the group that he will recover. It seems like whatever was influencing him is no longer in control.
Leo's just staring straight up at the eyes in the sky, assuming they're still there.
They're staring down at you, yes.
While this is happening, can I just spam Aura Vitality? Because I only have it for a minute.
Checking in my red. You can do 5 more.
Okay. Who is the most hurt?
Character.
That's fair.
Not
That's
wrong.
true.
I'm pretty low at only 17 of 81.
Leo is also pretty low.
Okay. First two are going to be for Leo and 6. A big old 3 for Leo and 6 for 5. Okay. Navali is going to give one to herself. A big old 2. Woohoo. Oh. Let's see. How is Perm and Sloster looking? I think.
Slastra is just over half.
Okay. And Perm?
Barely alive.
All right. She's going to give the last 2 to Perm.
Let's be clear, if both those arrows hit her, there was a chance she just falls.
I just wanted to use that while I had it.
Good
Smart.
thinking.
Welcome to Aura Vitality. It's amazing.
It's really good.
As you cast these spells, Leo, you're watching the eyes, and for a moment they seem to fade into pure blackness for almost a full minute. The smoke seems to dissipate, and you can start to see the scales, especially with the little bit of light that Permelia's sword is currently bringing, that they are a strange color. They seem to be almost reflective, clear in many ways. White to this sandish, yellowish color, and then fading back into black as smoke seems to reappear all over them. It feels as if the entire world is moving and spinning as it suddenly lunges forward into the ground itself and seems to keep digging, saying nothing more. The world seems to keep shaking for minutes, but then stops, and all you hear is silence as the bone and smoke completely dissipate.
Did it leave like a hole in the ground?
Filled
where
up almost as soon as it went in. In fact, Promo Arcana. As you look at the hole in the ground, you quickly realize it's as if its scales actually excrete extra sand. It's like it's making sand as it moves.
So there would have never been any way to find a tunnel to follow to begin with. At some point, because I feel like I assume the party has been surrounding Karito, but as Leo was maybe like 20 feet back at the time that he had cast Firebolt, and he'll just sort of sigh and approach the party. Just sigh, like a weathered sigh, not a disgruntled sigh. He sort of like, I don't know who's looking or doing what, but I'll say like he has the aura of like he's waiting for somebody to yell at him, whether they do or not.
If you're waiting for Six to yell at you, it appears all of her attention is focused on Kareto. Making sure he has his possessions, checking out his wounds, holding his head up, brushing the hair out of his face.
The gem didn't disappear, did it?
It's just on the ground. A familiar emerald color with flicks of white in it.
Leo sees that we're settled in for the moment then, and he's actually just going to start the dome ritual. That seems what he needs to do right now.
Eyeing the gem, Celestra will ask, so what do we want to do with that?
Well, I think we need to leave that decision up to Karito. It is what I assume is the Idola.
As you say this, you look around Navali and do not see the bird anywhere.
I think Perm's hit might have separated the Idola from him.
Leo, in the middle of preparing the dome, just sort of says, I recommend keeping it away from Perm lest she absorb it as she did the butterflies.
I don't want to do that.
Should we not touch it?
Do we have some sort of cloth that we can wrap it in to avoid touching it? I don't want to leave it just in the sand where it can get buried.
We have like a million supplies, I'm sure we have.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely
Okay.
have something.
I was gonna say, I think Leo wrapped it in something and put it in his bag last time.
What is this sword?
I don't know, you guys gave it to me.
Well, I don't know. Some guy gave it to us.
Well, whatever it is, it's obviously very powerful. It seems to have some sort of connection to, I don't know, dealing with spirits. Maybe that's what happened with the butterflies. Maybe.
I should probably check it again after the dome is up in case this gave it even more abilities.
Navali will grab whatever they decide to wrap the gem in, though, and tuck it in safely without touching it.
Sure, I'll allow this. I, however, am curious about one thing. What precisely do you wrap it in?
What did Leo wrap it in last time?
Well, Leo's never seen this one, but when he wrapped it before, it was just a piece of cloth or like his jacket pocket or something. I forget. But I do remember that.
The Death Eidolon, correct.
Yeah, I do remember that should they become attracted to somebody, they kind of go through material. Like Leo stashed it away, and then it ended like the very first one that Leo stashed away, like somehow exited his bag and just like ended up in your hands when you got the spear. So who knows?
If it got deactivated, then maybe we can avoid reactivating it, because I remember we learned from somewhere that they only start paying attention once they've been woken up. So if it's asleep and we don't activate it, then I think we'll be fine.
All right.
Otherwise, someone might whoever is the most pure might just wake up tomorrow.
With an extra Idella for us to beat them.
I'm waiting for it to attach to Perm and for her to go, what?
No!
Navali, then, if there's not anything specific, Navali will just find some cloth that she can, like, wrap it in and, like, make it secure enough to, like, so it wouldn't fall out. Even, magic shit is a thing, but she's more worried about, like, it falling into the sand and sinking, so she's just putting it in a,
Could you roll me Arcana or Sleight of Hand?
I will try sleight of hand.
You're careful. You make sure it's not going to fall in the sand, and you are very careful not to touch it. And you kind of wrap it up. Yeah, it's secure enough. You're probably going to need someone who's actually good at making an actual bag to keep it completely secure. But it should be okay.
Anybody want to give this some extra security? I did my best.
We're setting up with the dome and everything, right?
Yeah, and at this point, the dome would probably be up very soon.
Okay. Celastra would just take some scraps to make like a little box with a latch for it. With channel divinity.
That takes a full hour.
Do we not have an hour?
You will eventually, so that's fine.
Okay.
It is still the middle of the night. Celestra and Leo, I believe, were supposed to be the last watch, so this still makes sense.
Permilion 6.
Oh, right, they did first. Celestra, you might have to roll a concentration check just to see if you're able to stay up that late, because think of it like it's 3 a.m. right now.
Okay. Constitution.
Yes. You're pretty sure you'll be okay, and you spend that hour. You bring it up. You create a little box to actually put it in that's wrapped in the cloth that Navali tied it in. Doesn't seem to be moving. you're certain that no one actually directly touched it.
Excellent. I immediately fall asleep.
Perfect. I will ask, does everyone just try and like follow Celestial's suit and try to get sleep again, or is there any conversations you'd like to have?
I'm just kind of confirming out of character, so we're just letting Karacho sleep it off. Or are we
Seems
gonna
about that
wake him
way.
up?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the attack happened during Karito and Navali's watch.
Yes.
So if Navali can, I guess you just sleep.
Sure. Six and Familia, I guess you two are the ones who go. We're not sleeping. We're gonna make sure nothing comes back.
Yep. I'm gonna roll perception.
Is it okay if actually just I have a? I kind of forgot the watch order. Otherwise, I might have said that Leo speaks up. Is that okay?
Depends. Like Leo's, if you want to have a conversation before everyone goes back to bed, that's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So before second watch even started functionally.
This would actually be the third, but yes.
Right. So Leo finishes bringing up the dome and recognizing that everybody's probably looking to bed down soon. He would turn to 6. I'm sorry. I know I said that you were in charge. We already lost rep today. I didn't know what to do. It doesn't make it okay.
I understand getting frustrated and panicking in combat and speaking carelessly when you're upset. Tomorrow, let's focus on getting Rev back. For now, you need to get to sleep. You're banged to shit.
Leo just kind of gives like a solemn nod, like all that's needed to be said was said for now.
Her posture seems to agree. Also, I want to clarify the big, sharp intake in the side. Yes, she's frustrated, trying not to be angry, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Leo recognizes that it's not like conversation's not over, but at the minimum, now's not the time.
Sure.
And then Leo goes to sleep and proceed. He just didn't want to go to sleep without anything being said.
Makes sense. Well, Reverence, you're still controlling Permelia. Does she give 6 advantage, or does she roll perception?
I think she gives 6 advantage.
You sure it's Permelia?
No, I'm pretty sure.
6 is alert and vigilant, with Karito down and injured.
The alertness is definitely there, and as you stare out into the endless expanse around you, it's definitely quiet, and there's always a bit of worry as every now and then you can see sand start to shift a little bit, but you're unsure if the amount of just movement from the thing you saw earlier never fully reformed everything. The stories you probably heard about this thing or something like it, or the spirits that can control this land, must be true. The druids that you've spoken to probably have seen these kind of creatures before. That's probably right.
Would I have heard these stories from the druid, just thinking about like where I could have known them?
I'll let you do a history check with advantage. This is very similar to a story you heard a long time ago of a giant snake that created the dunes of the desert. And makes sense. You don't have much more details beyond that. You remember asking why are there so many fucking dunes, and that was your answer. You're like, well, that makes sense, especially now.
I'm a believer now. I want to check on Permilia. Like, hey, are you okay?
She seems distracted as she is looking at the sword with almost confusion. Yeah, I'll. So I remember I was actually trained in military, and this isn't the first time I've lost people fighting by my side. So reference is fine, I'm sure. Are you doing okay?
I'm worried. And I'm really scared, but I have to be alert right now. For
Right.
Rev.
Right. Can I ask a question?
Yeah?
When we get back, should we really try and figure out who made this sword?
Yes. We received it from someone who came to assist us while you were gone. Has Permilia met Butcher? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, never mind. We got it from Butcher. I don't know what he was doing with a sword like this. I attuned to it once and thought it was just a magic sword with a creepy hilt, but it's clearly something much more.
Right. Are you sure you want me to keep this?
What do you mean?
It just feels like I'm holding something very valuable, and I'm afraid I'm. Ever hold something that you're afraid you're gonna break at any moment?
Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, they said that I'm guild leader. Their words, not me. So I officially, as guild leader, declare that you are not less valuable than any other member of the guild and not less deserving to have that sword. Also, you're really good with it.
Okay, but can I also bring up an important thing to maybe set up, especially if we find reference?
Yeah?
So in the military, there's this thing called the chain of command. I don't think we ever set that up.
No.
I'm not saying you're not leader, but
I'm not
saying
leader. Rev is leader.
right. I'm saying maybe we should make sure that we don't have to question it and it just happens next time, right?
Yeah. Okay, well, when we find him tomorrow, we can ask him.
Right.
I wanted to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for saving Willow.
I right. All I did was try to make sure that he wasn't gonna hurt you or Reverence or me. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have a scar from that fight.
I thought we were all going to die. And it was going to be my fault.
Dex, it wouldn't be your fault because we all came in by ourselves.
She nods. That's what he said. I believe it. Karta said the same thing, actually.
Do you remember when I was worried about asking for help to go see my family?
Yeah.
If my family ended up killing one of you, would it have been my fault?
Well, no, it would have been theirs.
Exactly.
This shit is hard. Family shit is hard.
Yeah, well, your dad's terrifying and we're gonna beat him up.
hit him with that sword and make his Eidolon go away.
Oh, I might have for a. Wow, that might actually work.
Right? No, I'm excited. I didn't know that it could. Sorry, I didn't know that it could stop Eidolons, but it did.
I guess if we want to make Reverend stop talking to himself, I can beat Sophia out of him too.
Maybe then he'd be a little more social, huh? Is that
Uh,
mean?
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Rev. You can't hear me. I'm just joking. Don't smite me. I've seen what he can do. He's scary. I don't ever want to make him mad. Bro, he could fuck any of us up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We just have to get to the crater and then we can go.
Only like 9 more days of this.
Yep, only 9 more days. It's fine. It's fine. As long as we don't run into any more literal gods of the desert. What, did they teach you that the Rasahari gods weren't real? Well, there's one of them.
Yeah, that seem more real than the 5 right now.
Dad's friend, she does magic. She would tell me the stories about these like creatures that shape the desert, and I only really remember the snake because I thought it was cool. And I thought they were just stories. I didn't think it was a literal snake, like a gesturing out at the sand. I thought it was like
How
stories
do
you tell
you
kids.
people live?
I don't know how to answer that.
Sorry, I know that was probably rude. Just what?
Well, this is my first time seeing it too, Permelia, so I don't know. I don't think this is common. I think this was kind of like special.
Oh great, we're blessed by the gods.
Oh my, yeah, your parent or someone said that you were blessed by Diaphora, right? Well, now apparently also by the Rasahari gods, so you're set, actually.
Great. Also, I think I've met Helm, so can I stop meeting gods, please?
Triple blast.
Oh, that one tried to kill me.
What?
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Okay, well, if Helm tries to kill you again, come get me, I'll punch him.
No, Navali did that.
Of course she did. Oh my god. She probably goes quiet after that, but on a much more positive note than the beginning of the conversation.
I have amazing news for all of you. You get a long rest.
Woo!
Or a short rest.
No, you spent the supplies to get a long rest.
Oh,
I remember
Yay.
that.
thank Jesus.
Spell slots, beautiful spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Fully heal, Karato. You start to wake up the next morning. Imagine a hangover. It's like that, but your mind is your own.
Merciful Kami. He sits up, looking very groggy.
All of you can tell Karato is awake and moving.
How are you feeling?
Like I have been run over by several horses.
Yeah, sorry,
What
that was
happened?
Perm.
You saying I'm No, you meant that as a compliment. Thank you.
Harto just frowns at that. What? Pam?
You tried to kill us.
I tried to what?
She's gonna kind of look towards Six for hoping you have better words.
Something happened and your Eidolon took control of you. We had to get it off of you. I think Nabali has it.
Celestra actually has it. She put it in a
Character-
box.
Karito goes pale at that. Oh. The last thing I remember was the giant snake. Is everyone okay?
We are now.
We still don't know about Reverence.
I am relieved that no one was seriously hurt. Truly, I have no memory of this.
Inside check, were you evil the whole time?
Dun dun dun.
I mean,
No,
I understand that's a joke, but the
Yeah, it's a-
honest answer is no, he doesn't remember any of this.
Yeah.
So, should we be worried that anyone with an Eidolon could suddenly go all kill us all?
I don't mean to be too glib when I say this, but it's not the first negative encounter we've had with an Eidolon. It's hard to say.
Celestra, is the gem still in the box?
I will check.
Yep.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, well, that's good.
Amelia,
If it
could
is,
oh, go ahead.
if it is okay with everyone, I think I shall refrain from taking it for now.
Well, it was Permilia who managed to knock it out of you. And on that note, Permilia, given what we know about your sword, would you mind if I take another look at it, just in case anything's changed?
Of course. And then she just hands it over to you.
All right, he'll ritual cast over breakfast.
No changes.
While you are in the process of ritual casting Identify, Six would also like to present an item to you to identify.
What's this?
If you're willing. Skern, per our previous discussion, can I find visually what the part is that I would need to remove on the gun?
Oh. Yeah, no, it's this little black thing that when you're cleaning the gun and you don't even think about the fact that it kind of locks together some parts, but when removed, that's what causes the masking.
Learvin, when you're finished with that, can you do the same thing on this? And she's holding her gun, which you know is not magical.
Sure. And you're holding it. So you took something out of it, or
Yeah, what does it look like, Skern? Is it small?
Yeah, it's like a small little, almost like a ring, though far too large to really put on a finger.
Gotcha. She holds it in her palm.
so you're handing Leo the gun or the ring?
The gun.
Okay. Sure. It takes time, which I only say sort of while I'm working on these. Perhaps somebody can look over the dunes and see if Reverence is about.
Sure. Also, I give Leo the book from Permelia that I presumably have had.
What's this?
I don't know. It's a magic book. Permelia gave it to me a while ago, but we've been busy not dying. In
Oh,
the
I
desert.
found that from Vale's homeland.
Oh. Yes, I'll take it.
Cool. Gun first. Book later. I'm gonna go scout for Rev. Bye. 6 runs off.
Yeah, Leo will stash the book for now because he doesn't know how much time till we hit the road. And he'll just focus on the shoot, yeah. Oh, first it was the sword what he was doing, and then second the gun. The sword has nothing.
Karito, upon seeing Fiona scatter out the camp, sort of looks around as if to see if anyone's going to follow her, and then sort of slinks off himself to shadow her.
Karata, do you want to roll perception with advantage, assuming 6 is helping you look for Rev?
Sure. Perception with advantage. Also, they fixed dark mode in roll 20. It's actually usable now.
You look up across the dunes, look far and wide, and do not see your friend currently. You are positive he is not currently in the area. When you return, here you go.
Did you just show that to me or
All
everybody?
players.
Okay.
Mm.
Dang.
What is this?
Well, first Leo hands the sword to Permelia while you guys are out, and just says, "It seems nothing's changed, but as we know, the effects may be once you touch what it is you knocked out. So
I'm not touching it, don't worry.
I know. Yeah, sorry, I know." And then get started on the gun, and presumably when people come back, Leo says, "I don't quite understand it's it is specifically like a reverse curse. It is protecting you, but I assume it requires attunement, Skern.
Yep.
I say, as long as you're attuned to this, it seems to be keeping a certain effect off of you, although I don't know which one.
Six listens and then has this sort of moment of understanding. Fuck. It was never the pale moon.
What do you mean?
Those nightmares when I couldn't sleep. That was the only time since I was like 13 that I haven't had this gun. I put it in a box. Remember, Celestra, you made it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that track as far as the attunement element of this, Skern?
Yeah. So he not being a part of the thing that you're attuned to for days would cause it de-attune from you.
Okay, and being distant from something would
Correct.
break attunement. Okay. Well, that implies that there is something that's after you, and this gun is and is persistently after you, but that the gun is preventing it.
But why would it be protecting me? It's Mom's.
Well, I can't answer that question, but it is.
I didn't even know it was magical until yesterday.
Leo wants to think back to the side effects that were present during those sleepless nights that Fiona, at the time, her name had, of like comparing those sort of, whether it was like night sweats and night terrors and things like that, to sort of try to discern or confirm what the curse and disease was, or what it could have been.
Roll Arcana.
I thought it rolled, but it did not. Here we go. Oh, the first one.
I'll take the first one. With a 20, you are at the very least positive of the worst case scenario is most likely true of whatever this curse and disease is directly is affecting the mind and is trying to eat away at it.
Which could imply that it is the pale moon.
Yes.
This discovery calms me, but also does confirm, as far as I can tell, that the moon has its eyes on you. It can't affect you, though. I don't know if that's a help to you or not.
Why would my mom's gun protect me?
Did she give it to you?
No.
Where did you get it?
That motherfucker. Holy fucking shit. I got this stuff from Dad. He gave it to me like right after I showed up. When I started training.
I'm assuming this conversation's in earshot of everybody, not just the two of us.
Yeah. Oh, everyone except Rev.
Yeah. Was this before or after you learned of her death?
Oh, it was after. That's why I left New Victoria. I didn't even go to her funeral. Okay. Maybe Mom was cursed by the moon too.
Well, if we reach our destination, we might learn something.
Sure. I'll help put away camp. Let's go.
Not knowing how much putting away there is, Leo is going to, at some point, kind of pinpointing where it was when he was first doing locate creature to find Rev. He would try to, knowing that the tunnel was moving very slowly, he's trying to gauge where the best spot would be to cast it again, in an effort to see if Rev is still underground or what.
Roll Arcana. Or Investigation.
Prefer this one.
You think you have an idea of the best place to cast it, so if it is moving as slow as you remember, it'd be within 1,000 feet. Do not believe locate creature can be cast ritually, so I'll ask if you actually
Oh yeah,
cast it.
yeah, I'm casting it. Now that I have all my spell slots back.
You cast locate creature and cannot sense him.
Where did you say that the legends say that people would pop up out of the tunnels again? Or when?
It was different from person to person. They all claim they went into a big fuck ass tunnel and all the spirits were there and it was a big maze, and then they said they saw things beyond their wildest imagination, and I thought they were high.
Well, I can hold on to this spell for an hour, so I don't know if you have an idea of which direction to walk.
I choose a random direction. Wait, no, it was
Tell me which the direction is.
It was heading southeast previously, right?
Yes.
Southeast.
As a basic reminder, this does mean you will be going a different direction than towards the crater, which will make things getting there longer.
Let's just leave Rev behind. No.
Making sure you're aware of the consequences.
I mean, Leo's not in charge. He's following whoever is.
Okay. Do we want to go in the direction that we knew Rev was traveling yesterday? That's southeast. It's away from the cavern, but I don't care. Do any of you have an objection?
I assume that if we're going to find him, that's the way to do it.
Cool. Let's find him.
I kind of imagine that we wouldn't, given how slow it travels, we wouldn't want to overshoot in some way and go too far. So I don't know what the best way to do that is. But or just walk for an hour while Leo has the spell.
Unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume you walk for an hour and see if you can catch reference.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
You walk, and a full hour passes, and he never clips into your 1,000 feet.
I can't track them anymore unless I cast them again, and even then I don't even know if I'm effectively tracking. We could reach out to him again.
I don't know what to do. We can at least verify. She wouldn't say verify. We can at least make sure that he's still alive. Unless that spell is difficult to cast. I don't know.
It might be all we have right now. Is that all right, Celestra?
What spell do we mean?
Can you reach out to Rev?
I could try.
It may be something that I do, because if I sit down for 10 minutes, you mentioned the sound of crashing waves and such, and it sounds like the language of Eidolons. And so if I sit down to do my translation spell and then call to him myself, that might be more of a chance of learning something.
Sure, that
Some-
makes sense.
Sure.
I forgot to actually change my prepared spells, but I had intended to do it for this purpose, so I'm just taking off haste really quick, if that's okay.
Completely fine. Like you took a long rest. If you're still switching, that's fine.
Leo will comprehend languages over 10 minutes and then use his sending to try to reach Rev. And you can all hear any kind of response, I suppose, but he'll maybe be able to tell the difference.
It is denied.
Good news that he's conscious, because he used the ring to reject the message.
Oh, do we just keep walking then?
We go to the cave. The cavern, the dragon bones, whatever it's called.
You said you didn't believe it when uh, when the person we met at the Oasis said that monsters wouldn't hunt tabaxi. But should Rev find himself above ground without us, perhaps we'll be looking for that to be true.
You're right. You're right. And Rev has supplies. We were going to the Dragon Bones before, and if we go there, he'll know where to go to find us.
It Rev has mentioned before that he can sense where I am. Perhaps he will follow where we go with also that knowledge.
Or not saying this. I'm saying this to present all options. Or we stay put and hope he resurfaces. I'm happy if this is the direction we want to go, though. I'm happy to use this plan.
I really don't like the idea of leaving Rev behind like this, but might be the only thing we can do.
If we stay in one place, unless we kill every monster that comes, then more will just come and find us and we'll be overwhelmed. If what you're saying is true, that he can find you, and if that one guy was right that they don't attack Tabaxi, then maybe he really can find us and it'll be okay.
And he rejected my message this time, but doesn't mean we can't check in every day and double back. And hopefully he'll respond eventually. Carito, Salastra? Perm?
I think 6 is right. I don't know what else we can do at this point.
If he rejected, he's alive, and that's all I need to hear. We can look for him when we're in a better place.
And 6 is right. He knows where we're going. If he rejected the call, it means he's taking care of himself.
He's got 3 months worth of food, just like the rest of us. And we've all seen him obliterate anything that gets in the way. If he doesn't come back, then maybe we can go to Rossavin and she can find him. She found my brother.
Maybe let's not think yet about that.
One day at a time. I certainly would feel more comfortable going into the cave with Rev there with us.
Okay. We have to make a decision. We can't stay here. and I say that we go to the Dragon Bones and trust that Rev will find us.
Character nods in agreement.
Navali agrees.
Celestia nods.
Leo looks like he's already following you.
So you begin to head to the southwest, changing your direction immediately to head towards the crater. Funny enough, this one's actually pretty easy. Could two of you decide who's rolling perception?
I wonder who could possibly do that.
Or no, Karuta, you still have a hangover.
That's a mechanical disadvantage, though, right?
Correct.
Should I still spend supply? Well, I'm going to spend supplies as if there's only 6 of us, but I'll keep track of how many days pass so that I can retroactively potentially spend supplies for Rev.
And you say that Karuto has a hangover. Does it look similar to when, like, he got drunk that one time?
Yeah.
Navali walks over to you and gives you 5 lay on hands.
Karuto, you feel as if someone has just given you a shot of espresso afterwards. Everything is fine.
Character groans with relief.
Is that better?
Blessedly so. I feel like I should have asked you sooner.
It's all right. I admit I guess I wasn't certain what might be ailing you, but good to know that this worked. If nobody else volunteers to do the perception, Navali will take the second perception.
Sure.
Do it.
14.
That's upsetting. It is actually hearing based.
Yes! Yeah!
Karuto, you can also roll. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
let's
She
go.
not 20, but you know.
I still anyway. I still have the other character sheet open. Oops.
Yes, no, the boss version, you don't have any of those abilities. I'm sorry.
21.
Both of you, as you start heading that way over the next 2 hours, start to hear familiar constantly harrowing you to the south as the screams continue to get louder and clearly moving towards you. Navali, you're starting to get used to these screams. You're starting to understand when it's a cacophony of multiple and when it's a single one. There's just one of them.
Well, we have one of those screaming goats coming near us. Perhaps we just pick up the pace. Maybe we could try to avoid it. I don't want to fight today, if possible.
I think if we can walk around, we should.
Is that alright with everybody? I think we all deserve at least one day off from fighting.
Sorry, out of character. What was the declaration? Take a day off.
No, run.
Run.
Well, there's one antelope.
An antelope is coming near
A
us.
single antelope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Navali has asked that we not deal with it.
Sure. Chance said either kill it immediately or run away.
Well, I think Chant also said that they won't attack us unless they think we're wounded, the antelopes,
That's right.
and we're pretty fresh. So I think we should be relatively safe walking around.
So we give it the middle finger and keep moving.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Well, for keeping up a good pace, could two of you roll me an athletics check?
I will take it.
Confirmed with the second one.
Yeah, she's
She's the other
technically in the
strength
group.
person.
Any objections to rolling for athletics for me?
Nope.
Vermilia has been volunteered. I'm clicking it for everyone.
Nice.
Don't worry, Navali. You watch your girlfriend trip and absolutely eat it, but you help her back up. At the very least, you get the feeling that she's kind of distracted and not really paying too much attention. It does slow you down a little bit, but you manage to keep a fast enough pace that you're pretty sure you'll be able to get around. Give me 1 second, please.
I like to imagine that Navali helps dust off Perm.
You dust off her, you keep moving. A few hours pass. Karuto and only Karuto, roll me perception.
Okay. Wait, hold on. No, yeah, cool. Perception.
Very briefly, Karuto, you see something in the sand to your south that seems to be keeping a very low profile. It seems smaller than all the monsters, but you swear you saw a shadow of something.
Karuto tries to walk close to 6 as casually as possible.
Sure.
There appears to be something following us.
Is it a white lion?
No, too small.
Chant didn't mention any small monsters, did he, Skern?
No, all of them are giants in some way or form. The smallest things are probably the faceless giants, but they still have giant in the name.
That's not one of these monsters. They're all really big. You're very skilled at this, Karuto. Do you think you can catch it out without hurting it?
Karuto thinks for a moment. There is very little cover, but perhaps I can use the dunes to my advantage.
To be clear, there's always been rocks and every now and then some desert plants. There is cover, it's just rare.
See if you can figure out what it is and what it wants. And if you get into trouble, I'll back you up.
He nods, and then tries to find a good opportunity to slip away.
Stealth check. Karuto, you slip away. You get behind rock to rock as you can definitely tell something is coming towards you from the south. And you give it time. Your eyes are extremely good. You can see in extreme distances, so you get the feeling it wasn't expecting anyone to be able to see from that far away. It's a smaller figure. How hard could it be to find? Give me another perception check. Every now and then, you hear that distant screaming, still a bit more to your east. And you wait and you pause, see if it has anything to do. There's nothing. Then you see the figure seems to be also waiting for distractions from that screaming, or maybe trying to avoid it as it goes from rock to rock, keeping its body low. You definitely catch it. It is humanoid sized. Do you do anything?
I'm gonna try and get closer, get a better view on it.
Could you just roll my 1d20? Okay. So, as you get closer and try to get a better vantage point, it's strange. It's like trying to figure out exactly where it's going to go to its next hiding spot as it continues to move forward. And then you catch familiar fur color. You notice the clothing is familiar. That is reverence. You're not going to shoot reverence. Reverence does not see you and seems to be following the party.
Karuto is curious as to why he's following them without being trying to be spotted. So he's gonna try.
Roll insight.
Oh, okay.
It does not take you long to notice that the direction he came from was very similar to the one of the screaming antelope. He's not hiding from you.
Oh. In that case, Karuto is going to hurry up to him and do so in a stealthy fashion.
Reference, could you roll my perception? Yeah, you have no idea that he gets next to you.
Sounds about right.
Reverence.
Rebel jump.
Karuto smells a
Karuto.
little of that. It is good to see you again.
Is everyone all right?
He looks a little guilty at that, but nods. Yes. Come, we're just ahead.
Rem looks immediately relieved, will nod and go with Karuto.
Rev's excursion took about 10 minutes, and as those 10 minutes go by, you both see Karuto and Reverence walking back to the group. As you all look at Rev, he looks uninjured, but exhausted. Not perhaps mechanically, but in the sense of it looks as if he has been dirtied, doesn't look mentally aware of a lot of his surroundings, and looks tired in general. Karuto, you also have a very stupidly high natural perception. I noticed there is a weird mark that wasn't there before. On his right hand, you notice that it's like his fur was burned off, and you just see a circular pattern of a snake eating itself.
Karuto says nothing of it.
I imagine as you guys crest some kind of dune or another, and we look back, Leo just has a look of relief on his face as he pauses.
Once we're all within proximity of each other again, Celastra would ask Rev what happened.
There's no issues in regrouping. You regroup. You may talk to him without any issues.
Rev, what happened to you?
That's difficult to answer. I was pulled underground. Something spoke to me, or it spoke, It apparently didn't want to speak to me. It said, "Not you, mortal, you spirit." And then I woke up in the desert.
You don't remember anything else?
He has a grimace on his face and he shakes his head.
Celastra just kind of looks concerned, but she understands.
I'm glad you're okay, Rev.
He will nod and smile a little. Likewise.
Is this like at night? Like, this all happen like as we were preparing to camp?
I happened at like 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Naruto just noticed something and asked everyone to wait. That being said, I just will ask, with every group, do you travel for a bit before you decide to go camp and take your short rest?
Rev would opt to push on.
You're sure? You just look like you came through hell.
I will be fine. If everyone else is well, I think we should make as much distance as possible.
Ev, you notice something weird. There's no bird. The one that was always with Karuto.
Rev will take note of that, but he won't say anything just yet.
I would like you to roll me wisdom. A wisdom saving throw, to be clear. You're not sure, and this worries you far more than anything else, if Karuto lost his or if you lost yours.
Rev probably looks a little ill.
When Rev says ill, like, does he look like he have like a disease or something? Something that lay on hands could help?
It's like he looked over to where Karuto was, noticed something, and his ears sort of folded and his eyes kind of widened a little, but not like in total shock or anything, just sort of like he realized something.
Rev, are you okay?
I'm fine, I think. We need to push on. I'm sorry.
What time of day is it, Skern?
Like 4 p.m., late afternoon, early evening.
If you get too tired or you can't go anymore, then we're going to take a break. And I don't want to see you push yourself. Okay? Speak up when you're not feeling it. You've been through a lot.
Understood. Thank you.
Nawali's ready to push on.
Unless you say otherwise, you push on further. I require no more further rolls, and the next few hours, the sun starts to crest down and you can camp for the night.
Leo starts the dome.
You succeed.
Out of curiosity, how are we on supplies?
I mean, we over purchased significantly, especially if we haven't really had a party conversation about what we're doing next, if we're going to go all the way to the city of Winds or not. But we could be in the desert for probably another month and a half, with our next destination 9 days away. So
I don't care about the City of Winds anymore. If you still want to go, I'll go.
Why the why the change, Six?
I learned everything I need to from Willow.
and if you're being protected, sort of like nods towards your gun, then well, not that it was ever about me, but I feel safe for.
After we complete our objectives at the Dragon Bones, if we want to push for the Cove, we can. The Cove is near the City of Winds, but they're not the same thing. I was thinking, we said that Idola have those places where they're powerful, and the stories that I read were all centered around that cove. I've been there before. I was worried that Snow would be there, but Willow said that he's out of the country, so I think the chance of him coming and finding us is pretty small. Or just after the Dragon Bones, we just fucking leave.
Now that is an idea. Idea I like the sound of.
You're just waiting for me to swear, Karito, so that you can agree with me and not have to say it yourself.
Kaito shrugs, but smiles.
Suffice to say, we have plenty of supplies, I think, regardless to our direction. If we feel the need to take another full rest. Out of character, I know that we're all fine, but I don't know if Rev is fine, so.
Rev will, yes, say to go ahead and set up with supplies. He won't really explain further.
Very well.
We got all the extras for this reason. Heck yeah, let's do it.
Well, if you're too tired, we can talk about things in the morning, but we really should discuss some things. Let's make sure you're okay, Rev. He goes, sets up everything. Who's going to take the first watches?
I will roll. Oop.
Actually, wait. I'm going to take a watch with Rev if he's okay with it.
I'm fine with it.
I'll re-roll if you want to just take second watch then. Bam.
As told otherwise, Permele just wakes up Navali as usual.
May I have watch with Navali?
That would mean Celestra Leo is first watch. If there's any objections.
That works.
Take your advantage, you wisdom character. 'Cause Leo sucks at perception.
All right. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Incredible. I squint into the sand.
Your squinting does nothing to help your vision, nor help your hearing. It is silent and you see nothing. Hopefully nothing's there.
Awesome.
Any conversations you'd like to have?
Not a immediate conversation, although if Celestra has anything to say, feel free. But Leo, having seen Rev come back and knowing, I'm trying to not metagame this too much, but it's sort of like he saw Karito fall to the snake, and so Leo wants to ritually cast Detect Magic just to get us like a magic sniff off Rev. See
Okay.
if there's anything untoward.
Blaster's on board. She's also a little curious about what happened to Rev / what Sophia did or whatever.
Checking a few things. You do catch a whiff of a unfamiliar divination magic over him.
Do I catch the absence of anything?
Nope. Everything else seems normal. Just there seems to be a divination effect on him as well.
And while I have it, I actually want to ask anything off of the book that I was given, Permelia's book.
Yes, there's an evocation magic over it.
Okay. I don't know, like spend too much of the microphone time doing Leo's homework, but there's just a few more rapid fire questions. One, did Karito's bow change like back to its normal like, because doesn't the merging with an Eidolon sort of warp
It
the
does, and
object?
it does look like it is a normal bow now.
Okay, so with that in mind, I'm trying to remember what merged with. No, that would be metagaming. I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to Rev that much. But I will say, just as Celestra, there's something in the air on Rev. He's being tracked. Well, following standard assumptions, it's divination magic.
Do you think maybe whoever contacted him in the underground is keeping tabs on him?
Perhaps my instinct is to check him while he's sleeping, but that seems a little invasive.
Maybe we ask him in the morning.
Leo nods. Thanks for the healing. I almost got myself killed.
I could say the same. It was a close one.
That's actually all he has to say, but he will cast Identify on the book.
You do learn that there is a particular spell that is required in order to unlock the book. It is just the knock spell. It's not a complicated one. If anything else attempts to force it open through physical means, the pages burn.
Good thing people didn't do that while Leo was gone. He will make a mental note of that. And does that seem to account for the evocation magic? That's the only effect,
Yes.
perhaps? Okay. He'll make a mental note of that and do nothing else for the time being. But no further conversation from Leo unless Slostra has anything.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Watch number 2, which would be Karuto and 6, I believe.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Kaito and
Yeah, sorry,
Wasn't it?
reference.
yeah.
There was definitely nothing last night. We were paying a lot of attention.
Absolutely.
Right species, wrong person. Perception checks first. Rev.
Hi.
With advantage or
Roll with advantage.
cool? Nice, nice. So at some point during the watch, Kaito politely clears his throat and says, "So I see you have some new scars."
We'll kind of look at the back of his hand. I guess I do.
There was an expectant silence.
I wish I could tell you more about it. I woke up with it.
And that is all you remember?
He nods. I must almost say I am relieved to not be the only one who has experienced a lapse of memory. What do you mean? I noticed your bird is gone.
Kaito nods. Something happened with the Idola. We found a creature, a huge serpent. And the last thing I remember is a great pressure, as if something was pushing into my mind. They told me I attacked the rest of them. When I woke, it was gone, and the gem remained.
Is Rev still wearing the bangle?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize, Karito. I'm a bit at a loss. This is Rev goes silent again.
Kaito makes a placating gesture as if, it's okay. I am just relieved I did not hurt any of them. I must say I am relieved at the prospect of leaving this place.
I agree. Oh, I mean, everyone's okay. How did you all get on without me?
Oh, mostly fine. We, of course, deferred to 6 in your absence.
I see. Well, I'm very glad that everyone is all right.
He kind of sort of glances sidelong at Rev, but
He still
says
looks
nothing else.
tense.
Naruto, as you
Yes.
say everyone is all right, you look out into the desert around you and realize it's actually perfectly quiet and there's no dangers.
Not sure if I'm being gaslit.
100% more, yes. Continue.
Ah! I'm not sure there's anything else to continue with. Seems we're done.
Sure? You have nothing else to talk about. There were no dangers in the night. It's just a silent, quiet night. Third watch.
I'll give advantage to Navali.
All right.
Navala, you look out. It seems quiet, though very briefly your ears twitch as you can kind of hear that sound of that goat creature leaving, for sure, far away.
Molly looks a teeny bit relieved at that. I'm going to say, like, her sort of like aura right now seems to be focused, but also kind of just like off in her own head, if that makes sense.
Sure? But yeah, I'm paying attention while daydreaming.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Navali?
I think I'm as okay as I will be. If that makes any sense.
Oh boy, does it. As okay as you can be right now.
Yeah. It's been a rough couple of days.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do if Rev was gone.
Me either. Just kind of felt like it was one thing after another, you know?
Yeah. Willow, the Oasis dying, the lions. Oh my god, the lions.
Even before that, it's just, there's been a lot.
Are you still thinking about Scarlet?
I will admit that sometimes walking hours through the sand, my mind has taken me back to that moment, yes.
You destroyed, like, his entire ass, Navali.
She kind of has a sort of like unsure look hearing that. Like, but she understands what Six is saying.
It was pretty cool.
He was not an awful human. I wish he was, though. I wish he was as ever the monster in my head that he's been, consuming my thoughts as I remembered when I was young. But he's not a complete piece of shit, and that is annoying. He's still shit, though.
Well, you don't need an excuse to me to hate him. Like, nowhere in there did he say he was sorry. I'm just throwing that out there.
You're right. And admittedly, I feel like it does take a certain, I don't know what the word is, but to stand there looking down at somebody who you've literally ruined the life of and murdered their family and caused nothing but suffering and pain to basically not give a shit. That takes a lot. Maybe that's worth some respect, or maybe that just makes me hate him even more. It was a job for him. I get that. It was an order. Still doesn't mean I can't, like you said, justify why he makes me angry still.
Do you think it's okay just because someone else told him to do it?
She has a very hard look on her face when you say that. I don't know. I'll admit that we've done some things in the name of our quest, or things we weren't happy about that we had to do because that's what we were said to do. I always believed that we were doing something good, or something good was going to come of it. But I know we've ruined some lives. I don't know if that makes it right. So maybe I'm a hypocrite. Or maybe, I don't know.
Nah, you're a good person.
I've heard that thrown a lot at me, Six. I still don't know if I believe it.
You give all of your money to orphans.
Not all of it. I do save some for Permilia.
Oh, orphans and your girlfriend.
As you say that, you glance over and realize there's a reason she hasn't been talking. She has gotten to the complete opposite side of the dome and appears to be mumbling to herself.
Seeing that, Navalia will kind of turn her attention towards Perm. Perm? Are you okay?
Could you roll me insight?
Yeah.
I'm not sure she actually heard you.
Do you want to go get her?
Yeah.
Go check on her. I'll stay here.
Thanks, Six. Navalia will go over to Perm. And
Could
sort of
you
like...
Could you roll me perception again?
Insight, you mean?
Nope, perception.
Perception, okay.
As you get closer, you can kind of hear words that she's stammering out as quietly as possible, little whispers that are clearly just to herself. Question mark?
Mhm.
Play? What? I don't know what you're talking. Please, one at a time. Stop.
Perm?
What? As you get closer and say it a bit more obvious, he kind of looks towards you and gives a half-hearted smile. Oh, hi. Sorry, am I being distracting?
No, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Are you talking to somebody yourself?
Yes. Now,
Is it the butterflies?
they woke up.
Now they were gonna wake up eventually. What are they saying to you?
They want to play and that they are want to know everything that's going on and that they want to move around and make the air dance with them, and I don't know what they're trying to say. Also, they all said their name is Sylph, all 5 of them.
Sylph?
Sylph.
Hmm. Are the butterflies visible at all?
No.
Perm, can you see the butterflies?
No, they're just constantly talking in my head.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, that must not be. Hmm. Uh, eh, maybe we could ask somebody who's. Maybe we can ask Leo about this. Maybe he might know. This sounds like magic stuff.
I think it's just the sword.
You think it's just the sword? And is Permelia's sword, like, sheathed away right now?
Yep.
Would you tell them that right now it is butterfly nap time? That they need to sleep again? I don't know
can
if that would work.
try. It's Sylph nap time. No, no, stop it. No, that didn't work.
Mhm. I'm afraid I don't really know what to do about butterflies speaking to you. Uh, we can ask Leo in the morning about it. Maybe he might be able to help. Um, do you want to come up by 6 and I? Might help take your mind off of butterflies.
If I suddenly say something weird, please know I'm not talking to you. I didn't want to accidentally insult you.
I won't take offense. Don't worry.
Yes, I can talk to 6.
Might help distract from butterflies. I like to imagine when they walk back over to 6, Novella looks up and be like, sort of like, before Perm gets there, is like, she is talking to the butterflies, or the butterflies are talking to her. Just play it cool. I think she's okay. But she might say a couple weird things every now and again.
She looks too tired to care. I want to run something by both of you to make
Okay.
sure it's not just in my head. So when I was 13, my mom died. And I went to go live with Snow. And Willow said that that was like 3 months later and that he was really upset. And then when I showed up, he stopped being really upset. And he kicked Willow out to give me everything. and he gave me the outfit that you met me in, Navali, and he gave me my rapier and my shield, which have my mom's name on it. And he gave me this gun, which nobody knew was magical up until last night. Not even Lyrin. And if Lyrin couldn't figure out it was magical, I know Snow couldn't.
Vermelia has a horrified look on her face.
What?
You are a replacement.
Yeah. We look the same.
The more I learn about your dad, the more I want to punch him in the face.
He didn't even want a daughter. He just wanted Estelle number 2. I realized that this morning.
That's the reason why you don't want to go to the City of Winds anymore.
No,
No?
there's nothing there for me. And I can't even scream.
This is gonna be a little awkward. And Vermelia tries to give you a hug.
She'll accept.
I know. You were there for me. I'm going to be there for you. And we're going to punch the shit out of your dad. So no, hugging is not playing. No, we're not dancing.
Oh no. I'm trusting the both of you that if he tries to trick me or do something to me, that you'll keep me believing what's true.
Apparently, if I beat people up, I make them come back to consciousness, so I'll beat you up 6.
You can try. She smiles a little.
I don't know. I've been really good at it lately.
Yeah, you have. We killed 2 of those lions together. I don't care about pulling his Eidolon off of him and stabilizing him and having him say, "Oh, you're right, I'm sorry." I don't actually care about going back and being like, "Dad, you're better now." I kind of just want to kill him.
Well, Herm and I will be there to punch him in the face for sure.
I can't promise killing. I'm pretty sure I'm not able to do that easily. But I can promise I can make it easy for you.
Make it easy for me. I want the satisfaction.
I was really broken up beating up my brother. I hope beating up your dad doesn't make you feel the same.
Do you still love your brother?
No. I hate him with every fiber of my being.
When it's time, don't let me choke.
Vermilia's gonna look to Navali as if unsure of exactly what to say to that.
Ultimately, what you want to do is going to be up to you 6. I don't want to make that choice for you, and I don't think Pern wants to make that choice for you either. Whatever you decide, I am at your side.
She nods.
So this is going to sound really, really awkward, but the voices in my head say you smell nice and familiar.
Me? Or Navali?
You.
Oh. They're not mean, are they?
It's. I mean, they can hear everything I say, but it's like, do you know the orphans? How about sometimes they get really rambunctious?
They didn't know what they were doing, did they?
I don't think they did.
I'm gonna find Snow's druid, and I'm gonna find out if this was her idea or if this was his. I don't need any more reasons to punch his face in, but if they are presented to me, I will accept them.
I really hope he didn't subjugate creatures, innocent spirits that, well, at least they sound innocent, and forced to do this. It doesn't sit well with me.
Can't wait to get out of this fucking desert.
Same.
8 more days. 8 more days.
Hey, maybe once we're out of here, vacation?
Please.
I would accept just staying in the guild hall for like a month, 3 months. Does Dolphine have a beach?
I think we could find one.
It's a port city.
I don't remember the last time I went to a beach. That sounds fun.
Well, if we do go to the cove, we can go to the beach there.
That's more desert.
Yeah.
Maybe we see what the group says. I would be willing to try Dolvaran Beach if it meant getting out of the desert faster.
Dolvaran Beach.
I look forward to it.
So as the women talk about the beach episode, the sun comes up. No danger happened.
Yay, long rest.
Beach episode! I get a total of 5 lay on hands back. I will ask Vermilia if she wants to ask Leo about the butterflies.
No, well, maybe. Maybe if they don't stop talking ever, maybe.
Alright. Then my lips are sealed.
I mean, I'm going to be talking to myself until they get out of my body. Oh god, how long are they going to be in my body?
I could stand nearby you and make sure they don't bother you too much. Maybe they'll see a giant bunny lady and be like, maybe we shouldn't bother Permilia so much. Maybe not today.
They want to play with you.
So I shouldn't walk near you.
No, I don't know.
Then I am at your side. Too late to change it now.
Well, with the morning and everyone having a long rest, is there anything people would like to do, or do you continue your journey?
Sometime over breakfast, Leo, after switching a few prepared spells, would say, kind of just casually walk up to Rev in the attempt of not causing any alert and say, I noticed a faint, unfamiliar magic coming off you. Do you mind if I take a second to just check?
Familiar magic? Sure, yes. Please.
Leo's not even going to ritual cast it because he wants to. He wants to assume it's not a big deal and doesn't want 10 minutes of tension. So he's just going to pull out the pearl and touch it to wherever if there was any particular location on the Rev's body that was emanating.
Oh, it's his burned hand.
Oh. Well, okay. Before Leo pulls out the pearl, he'll actually indicate. I think it's coming from that.
Revel grimace. I suppose that makes sense.
Do you already know everything there is to know? Or should I check just to be safe?
What? I told you everything I know. I woke up. I was in the sand, and then I woke up, and I had to wander. I had to try to find you guys. There was one of those antelopes. I got your spell, and it nearly killed me to decline it, but I think it would have killed me if I accepted it, if you catch my drift.
That didn't occur to me. So
I mean, you didn't know. That's all I know, and then I found you guys. But
well,
if
then,
there's something come off of this thing, I'm very curious.
yeah, we'll just check just to be safe, and Leo will identify that region of his hand.
Reverence is currently able to understand primordial. That is what the effect is.
Does it have like a length of time associated with it?
Nope.
I mean, I think. Sorry, one more question. Nothing that Leo knows would tell him that primordial is a language of the Eidolons necessarily, but he has heard of things like crashing waves, which sort of makes him think water. You know, is there any? Does this tell him anything about?
So I know it was like a year and a half ago, but actually one of the things that was said in a very early handout was that no, they speak primordial.
Oh, okay.
You actually know that as a fact.
Oh. Well, I hope this is not painful to you, but you seem to. Well, should anybody meet Eidolons in this while you have this, you should have no issue talking to them. Does not seem negative in any way.
Talking to them. What, like Sophia? What do you mean?
Without Sophia's assistance, perhaps. Perhaps your bond with Sophia is what allowed you to speak with her, but no, what I mean to say is if we came across other Eidolons, you may be able to speak to them without Sophia's help.
I will look down at the scar on his hand. I see.
Does it? Sorry, one more thing, Screen. Does it sound like he would understand primordial, or that he can also speak it?
Understand.
Okay, yeah. You'd still need a translator, but you would be able to interpret it at least. We wouldn't be able to talk to them unless they understood common.
What does it? Do you know what it means? Why do I have this?
Well, it dissuades my fears that you were being tracked. So my only other interpretation could be that it was a gift. I seem to recall Six said something about the legends of. Oh, that's right. We never. When you went missing, we were talking about the legends of the Rasahari, and we had a theory of where you may have went. You might want to talk to Six about it, but she may have been given a gift by the spirits of the desert. At best.
Where's Karuto right now?
And within earshot because perfect hearing.
If Rev can from here, he's gonna try to look at your hands.
I'm pretty sure they're clean.
Yeah, no issues.
A gift, huh? Well, if it will behoove us, then I accept this gift, I suppose.
This is just my interpretation. I don't necessarily think we've made a friend of the desert.
Nor do I.
That's all Leo has for Rev, at least.
Anything else people would like to do before you simply continue on your journey?
Character hits accept on fast travel.
Ha!
We're there.
Adorable.
Mm-hmm.
You attempt fast travel and you simply continue walking. I'm going to need 2 people to roll me survival this time.
But carried out the train, and he has been leading them through the desert so far, so it makes sense.
I have a +3. Does anybody else have anything better?
Oof.
Nope.
Do it.
I'm clicking on it.
Traveling through the vast desert that seems eerily quiet at so many times has caused you to start assuming that you're correct in many things. And Karuto, you were convinced that you were going the correct direction. Convinced. Celestia points out that she can definitely tell when she has slithered through an area before. And manages to redirect you to the correct place before you lose too much time. However, you start to realize why this is causing issues, Karuto. So much sun is not good for you. I would like you to mark a point of exhaustion because you essentially suffered sunstroke.
Oh no.
But that's the entire day. And thanks to Celeste rolling above a 10, you didn't lose the day.
Yay.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Anything you'd like to do that evening?
I I think I'd like to talk to Sophia. Would everyone be opposed to shoring up our campsite tonight just to be safe?
Sure.
Fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
I also fine with me. We shouldn't do it too many more times if we plan to go to the cove. Supplies are more rapidly consumed when we do this.
Rev nods.
So Rev, does that mean you Pandora trigger with no combat?
Yeah, I think so.
You do so.
Sophia,
Yes.
would you mind explaining to me what happened?
As forcibly inserted into your body and made to control it against my will, I did everything in my power to ensure the best benefit for yourself and your companions.
I see. Thank you. Could you tell me what that entailed?
I spoke with the greater spirit of this land. They believe that we are a great threat, as we are most likely going to cause it to worsen, and I simply told it that, while true, we would most likely cause it to worsen, we would also then patch up afterwards, as we would make it darkest before we create the dawn. It said it wished to test you then. It left, returned, and dropped you off elsewhere.
I see. Um, Maybe could you elaborate? A great threat to what? What did it think we were a threat to exactly?
The land, it is dying.
I see.
That is obvious. It believes we will make it worse, and it is not incorrect.
How will we make it worse?
Your current destination would likely uncork what it calls the seal, which would mean whatever is causing the land to warp and distort would get significantly worse.
Do you believe that we can patch this up afterwards? Do you have what does that look like?
I do not know without seeing the seal for myself, but I have hope.
I see. Rev looks pensive. You, I mean, can you tell me anything about this mark?
Yes, it left it on you after it tested your companions.
Just to sort of keep tabs?
No. It knew I could not take over your body consistently, therefore wanted to make sure you could understand speech.
I see. I think. It sort of goes quiet for a moment. He looks like he's thinking. If Rev looks at anyone else, does anybody else look like they want to say anything or ask a question?
Yeah, he's been talking to himself in public.
He just did this in front of everybody.
Oh, this wasn't telepathic or anything?
No, this is every time he says something, Sophia then talks through his mouth.
Gotcha.
So if we go to the bones and we don't win, then we're going to make everything worse.
No, if you don't win, most likely the seal would remain completely contained, and therefore nothing would change. If you do win, things will get worse first.
How fast will we have to fix it?
Unknown.
Is that Eidolon protecting the place? Like, keeping the abyss back?
Assumption, yes.
So we have to fight the Idola that's fighting the Abyss back in order to fix the Abyss.
Complicated answer, yes.
I would gauge that the Eidolon is that whatever leak there is from presumably the abyss, that we would have to find a way to close it. But in order to do that, we would have to get through the Eidolon first.
He speaks wisely.
Is this the same thing that Scarlet talked about?
Unknown.
He said the only way to seal it up is if we had the sword or the Iron Angel. I don't know if we have either of those.
Unable to process name. Could assume to be something important.
What would happen if we didn't go? What would happen if I didn't take Mom with us? If it just stayed there?
Seal maintains, land slowly dies.
How long?
I believe this land has perhaps a decade left.
What happens when the land dies?
The creatures of this land will simply devour all those who currently live here, or they leave or die.
So the creatures will start going into other places?
Possible.
We already know that to be true. They've went to Iridia.
Additionally, it seems as if this leak is causing mutations in the wildlife itself, therefore it can be assumed that everything here will begin to mutate.
Begin to mutate?
Only theory, unknown possibilities.
Do you know how the abyss portal was made?
Possibly.
What's your guess?
New Victorian weapon.
To kill the dragon.
Unknown.
I feel that we're not ready to go there. 10 years is a short time, but it is time. Time to make a plan. to research the Iron Angel, and maybe to go to New Victoria in the sense that if they had the power to make a weapon, then perhaps they would have the power to
They will not help you.
not New Victoria then.
The last time you went away, instead of looking at what was in front of us, we got nowhere.
I don't understand.
You said we shouldn't go. You said we should research it. Well, what good did that do us last time?
It's less about I'm happy to go with you if that's the direction we choose. But we didn't know about the Iron Angel. We didn't know about all these other factors at play. And there may perhaps what we need to be looking at isn't the portal, but the information that will help us to fix it.
Without a proper assessment of damage, knowing what can fix it is highly improbable.
Sophia, if we did take the Eidolon there with us, would you be able to speak to it?
Yes.
Doing so would require us to break it open, though. I assume, to open the rift further.
Depending upon its current situation, yes.
At best guess, with what little information you have, when the spirit said it would get worse, and you said 10 years at the current pace, what would the pace become if we did take the Eidolon?
In theory, the calculations from the idea of becoming worse would lower that rate to between 1 and 5 years, depending upon how deep this breach is. Could be more, could be less. Additionally, the creatures here would most likely become significantly stronger much faster.
So, what's to stop us from... We check it out, we see if Sophia can speak with the Idola, and if she can't, then we need to reassess and figure more stuff out.
And if she tries to speak with it and it attacks us, our hand will be forced. We could
We could
assess it
run.
from afar. Well, perhaps. We could get eyes on it from afar and see if we can form a better plan.
I feel like
Any-
I should also mention at any time if you would like to incite her while she is using Rev's body, it's completely possible.
I kind of just assume she's telling the truth, but
Well, it's more of getting more details upon things. I mentioned because of whispers that people have sent me.
I'm doing it.
are you doing it?
Oh, I GM rolled it. Shit.
Oh. I suppose I just I so I don't know that this is helpful. I'm working on it will take some time. Working on a way to teleport more freely without being bound by circles. When I say sometime, it will be some time, but I can bring us near the Dragon Crater without us having to make the journey when we're ready, or we can go now.
He speaks of the teleport spell. If you get an item from the actual location, it is guaranteed to succeed.
So we go, we scope things out, and if things don't work out, we have a backup plan.
I believe that to be a sound course of action. Six.
Is it okay if I ask a couple more questions?
Of course.
Sophia, did you know Estella Waj?
Processing question. Recognized name, not personally.
I didn't know if she was like the rest of them.
Unknown.
She nods. Yeah. We go to the crater. We just need to get an item from the location. That'll be easy. What does it have to be? Like something special or just anything?
Ideally, well, no. I mean, it could be a vial of sand from nearby. Well, I don't know if Leo would know that. He's assuming that based on what she said.
Sophia, yes, that is correct.
We even, like, grab at a rock.
Correct. As long as it has been there 6 months ago, it will teleport you successfully.
It's something I'm working on. It will be months, if not a year, before I. Well, hard to say. Would Azel, Sophia, somebody else with a teleport spell, if I give them the sand, would they be able to bring us?
As long as you tell them where you are going, yes.
Accurately?
As long as you were telling them where you were going, yes.
Well, so if we're not patient enough to wait for me to crack the code, then we might ask Azel for a favor. She might be able to do it. Suffice to say, we can come back without having to make the journey, so.
Thanks, Sophia.
You are welcome. Would you prefer my opinion on this matter?
Yes.
As I have told the spirit, I believe that even should you break it, you would be able to fix it before it gotten significantly worse. In my opinion, hanging on to the hope of a better world is better than a decaying one. Waiting and research can only get you so far.
I want to get her out of there.
Sophia, do you truly think that we are strong enough to take on such a feat?
Do you remember what my word is?
Out of character, I do. I don't know if Navali does. No, wait, Navali actually talked with her. Yeah,
There's only like 2 people here who haven't.
it's hope.
That is my answer. I hope you are.
We have time to talk about it.
Do you, Pandora, know anything about the Iron Angel?
Unfamiliar name.
Do you know why the butcher was at the crater?
Which time?
Which time? Several times? When the dragon died.
Unknown.
There are other times?
Likely.
What about those other times?
Unknown theory was gathering. Getting things.
Was it a... So it was a crater before there was this encounter with the dragon. What
No.
is the significance of the location?
Unknown.
Then what would he have been gathering?
Unknown. But he always seemed to have more things.
How do you watch him?
I did not. I was a different thing at the time. I saw everything in the desert.
Reverence, do you know about this?
Reb, you know she's referring to when she was deaf.
Yes, that's when she was the Death Eidolon.
That's a lot.
Well, if we are potentially going to face the abyss in the coming week, what advice do you have?
Don't die.
Leo's like, is this Eidolon being sarcastic with me?
Roll insight.
Where's my character sheet? There it is. No, how would we best not die? Are there ways to prepare, sort of accounting for a blanket anti-abyss, even if you don't know the specifics of what we're walking into?
You make sure you prevent its most serious injuries from hitting your vital organs and protect those vital organs with everything that you're perfectly capable of.
All right,
That's
I
there.
understand.
If you can see everything, do you know what cursed me?
Yes, spirit of fear.
Do you know why?
Unknown.
The spirit of fear is in Eidolon.
No.
Is it a desert spirit?
Likely.
Well, then what do I do to get rid of it?
Unknown.
Has the spirit of fear had previous victims?
Unknown.
I'm just gonna sit down in the sand and not talk to Sophia anymore.
That's good because it's almost been about an hour, so that time would be running out. You've asked a lot of questions. Does anyone have any last minute questions before we end the session?
Nope.
In that case, all right, we will end with that revelation that is actually a pretty big deal, but I'm not going to point out. We'll meet back up on the 6th, and I hope everyone had a great time.
Yeah, thank you for running.
Thanks, Garen.
Hell
Thanks for
yeah.
running.
Thanks for running.